Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Jazakumullahu khairan everybody for your attendance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this journey beneficial for us, for our deen and our dunya and our akhirah. Okay, so lesson 2. The first thing we're going to do is go over the homework for lesson 1. So you can see the homework. If you sort of get your homework out, and basically what I would do is get a red pen if you can. If not, get another sort of, deep pen color, because I want you to mark your homeworks yourselves and pay attention to the crosses that you give yourself. Whenever you get an answer wrong, don't just leave it, put a proper nice cross against it, because that's a sign for yourselves to go back and learn that. The crosses are for yourselves to go back and relearn those aspects so you don't get it wrong next time. Don't look at the cross as a bad thing. Doesn't matter if you get half wrong, as long as you by next week those half are corrected. Okay, so we're just going to go over that, inshallah. So the first question in the homework was, write down the 4 ways a word can be feminine, including one example for each. So the first way, so I'm just going to do the speaking. You can listen to the recording afterwards, and then if you have any questions at the end, we can discuss, inshallah. So when the word ends in ta marbuta, the closed ta, like jahannam, like jannatun, like ayatun, that's one way. Another way is if it is a pair of body parts, then it's also feminine. So hands, eyes, ears, not the nose, not the mouth.
Does it have to be a pair?
Yeah, if it comes in a pair, only then it's feminine.
Right, okay.
Otherwise it's masculine.
Were we meant to submit in the work and send it to you?
Sorry?
Were we meant to submit the work, the homework?
Yes, but now it's done, so just make sure you can mark it yourself if you've done it, or just make sure you know these things. Write it maybe next to the note, next to the homework if you haven't done it already. So the third one is when it's talking about the female, it's a female itself, a mother, ummun, bintun. There's no ta marbuta, but because it's a woman, then it's female as well. And the last one is there are some words that were known to the Arabs to be feminine. They're just feminine historically, always being used as feminine. So there's a few exceptions, and that's the historical feminine words. So it's just going back to your notes. The homework is designed so you can get all the answers from what we've already covered. There's going to be nothing new, and it's designed to help you memorize. Some people memorize by writing better. Some people memorize by seeing. Some people do the hifz. Yep.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. Can I please have this time?
Okay, could you put yourself on mute, please? Thank you. Okay, the next one is number 2. Translate the following. This is a tree. It's hadihi shajaratun, because shajaratun is feminine because of the ta marbuta. So it's going to be hadihi and not hadha. Next one. It is the truth. So because al-haqqu is masculine, it doesn't fall in any of the above categories, feminine categories. So it's a masculine word, so you will have to say huwa al-haqqu. You can't say hiya al-haqqu. It will be huwa al-haqqu. The thing is, it's already written in the Quran, so you don't have to even do this. It's already written in the Quran. As long as you know what huwa means and what hiya means, you're done. C, that is a book. So here, because kitabun is a masculine word, we are going to say dhalika kitabun and not tilka kitabun. Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, next one. Next one, translate the following. So tilka al-jannatu, this is how it's going to be in the Quran, meaning it's going to be written in the Quran. So the real thing is, are you able to translate? So tilka al-jannatu means that is the paradise. It's already tilka because jannatu is a feminine word. already written, you don't have to worry, but now you appreciate why tilka is being used, why dhalika is being used. So it's just to let you appreciate why they're being used. If you remember, tilka means that is, and dhalika means that is, job done. Next one, B, hadha adhabun. So adhabun is a masculine word. Hadha means this is. Adhabun is a punishment. So this is a punishment. And I think these come in the Quran, all of these. Next one is hadihi sabilun. Hadihi means this is, sabilun, a way. That's all you need to know. Hadihi, this is, sabilun, a way. Job done. Everybody happy?
Sabilun is feminine, obviously.
Yes, it's feminine because it's preceded by hadihi, so you'd know.
Hadi.
But as long as you know that hadihi means this is, and sabilun means path, job done. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so next one.
Start.
Yes?
You know the text that you use in your slides?
Yes.
It's what's the name of that text again? It's not Uthmani, is it?
This one is just the
Oh.
Microsoft. It's the Microsoft one that comes with Windows. The Arabic.
Some of the vowels look slightly different, like the last vowel. Well, the vowel above the tar marbuta, not tar marbuta, the last
Yes.
vowel in.
Yes. So the way it goes down then flicks up, that is
Yeah.
the double. That's the way of writing double on this font. So that's the double. So it's dopesh or double dhamma.
Dhamma. Yeah.
Yes, double dhamma. So shajaratun. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it's just the style in the way it writes. If you look at ardu here, ardu, that's a single dhamma. So you can see the difference between a single dhamma on this font and a double dhamma. Okay.
So in our homework, if I did it the other way, it's fine, isn't it? You're out with that.
For the time being, yeah. If you wrote one dhamma instead of two, I'm okay with that because you're not going to be writing the Quran to understand it. So I'm okay with hearing mistakes here and there. No problem.
All right, Jazakallah khair.
Barakallahu feek. Number 4, for each noun in the Arabic terminology slide, write the Arabic way of saying either this is, that is, or it is. So all I wanted here was you to write the Arabic words in the Arabic terminology slide, which was kitabun, rajulun, qalamun, filun, and baqaratun. All I wanted you to do is to write whether it's hadha or hadihi, whether it's dhalika or tilka, whether it is huwa or hiya, based on whether the word is feminine or masculine. So, for example, kitabun is masculine, so I would say hadha kitabun, or I would say dhalika kitabun, or I would say huwa kitabun. Again, this is masculine, rajulun, so again, hadha or dhalika or huwa. Again, this is to get you practicing so you can remember. Qalamun is masculine, so hadha, dhalika, or huwa. Filun, elephant, is masculine, so again, hadha, dhalika, or huwa. And the last one, there was only one here, that was feminine. Maybe I should put a few more feminines in. Okay, but baqaratun is feminine because of the ta marbuta. So on this one, you have to write hadihi, tilka, or hiya. Is that good? Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, can I just ask
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
So, you know, one of the things we learned was all the masculine words end in un. And even though I knew that bakaratun was female because of the dhamma rabuta, it was confusing that it still ended in un.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if that's a silly question.
No, it's fine. So I don't remember saying that any word that ends in un is feminine.
Masculine.
Or even masculine. It depends on the
Right,
word.
yeah.
They can all end in un, and some can end in un, some can end
Right.
in un. It's the actual definition of the word. So yeah,
Of the word, right. No problem. That's fine. Thank you.
no problem. And then the last one was learn all the words in the vocabulary list. So what I want to do, what I would normally do is pick people, but I can't do that. So what I would like to do is ask the non-Arabs to do the speaking. I'm going to test you on the words. So I'm just going to ask the brothers first. The brothers. Oh, sorry, before we do that, my slide is saying something else. My slide is saying let's go through the test. So here is the answer to question 1. We've just done it. Okay, so any word, how can you tell if a word is feminine? Any word that ends in ta marbuta, any word that refers to females, i.e. mother, daughter, one of a pair of body parts, historical feminine words like jahannamun, jahannamu, sabilun, nafsun. So we've covered this now again and again. I'm hoping it's sitting in people's head.
Inshallah.
Okay, for elephants, I've got a question here. For elephant, does it matter about the gender of the animal?
It's a good question.
It's a good question. All I know is elephant is masculine, but that question, Allah A'lam, if you're talking about a female elephant, what will you do? Allah A'lam. A male, yeah, okay. Does that affect the gender? Allah A'lam. That's a good question. I should find out about that, inshallah. But generally, the animal, you know, yeah, it's a masculine, but yeah, if you're talking about specifically, you know, you're talking about a female elephant, what do you do then? Allah A'lam. But the good thing is, because it's already written in the Quran for Quranic Arabic, you don't even need to worry so much about that. Does a noun ism determine the harf or the other way around? Okay, we're not going to do that yet. Yeah. What about the pair plural? Is that feminine? Yes, the hands are feminine, just like the hand is feminine. Okay, done. Right. So, one pair of body parts, historical. Everybody happy with that? Most people who sent me the test, alhamdulillah, they got that right. How can you tell if a word is masculine? It's anything else. Anything other than the top 4. So, yeah. Whether it ends in un or in or an, doesn't make a difference. Okay? Proceed. Shall I proceed?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. This is where it matters. This is why you're doing the course. So you can translate this. This is the whole reason you're doing this. So you can translate وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ. These are in the Quran. Words in the Quran. So, وَهُوَ, and he is mu'minun, a believer. And he is a believer. Everybody happy with that? If you're not, just raise your hand.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one, هذا يوم. This is a day. Main thing you need to know there is هذا, and يوم is a day. Next one, that is the book. ذلك الكتاب. That is the book. We haven't done the yet. We're going to do that today, inshallah. So ذلك, that is الكتاب, the book. Next one. هي فتنة. It is a test. It is a test. Next one. تلك الجنة. That is the paradise. That is the paradise. وهو هذا ذلك هي تلك. Okay, these are very, very important words. هذه النار. This is the fire. This is the fire. I just want to, if you might want to make a note of this, but I've actually done some counting, some word counting using software, and I just want to let you know that the word hada comes about 227 times. These are rough, general ballpark numbers. Hada comes in the Quran about 227 times. 227. If you haven't learnt hada, when it comes up in one of those 227 instances, you're not going to know what it means. So هذا, very important. ذَلِكَ, when I talk about these words coming in the Quran, I mean in their variations as well. So ذَلِكَ, ذَلِكُمْ, we're going to learn those structures. ذَلِكَ will come in about 480 times. 480. You're learning massively important words here. Next one. Second, let me see if I can get rid of this. Can't, it's come back again, but fine, doesn't matter. Okay, huwa, 705 times. 705 times, huwa. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa. Yeah? La ilaha illa huwa. That's huwa there. Hadihi, 47 times. Tilka, 45 times. And here, 47 times. So you know what you need to learn and how important these words are in the Quran. What I will do is I'll try to put these numbers on the group so that everybody sort of can see them, inshallah. Right. Vocabulary. So I'm just going to ask a brother, non-Arab brother, without looking at your, obviously I would please everybody close your books. Al-Akhirah, a brother who has never done Arabic before. What is Al-Akhirah?
Hereafter.
Hereafter. Excellent. Okay, a sister who's never done Arabic before. Sama'un or samawatun.
Sky.
Sky. Okay, yes.
Sky.
Yes. Okay, good. I just want to explain this word. In English, we say heaven to Jannah, and we say heaven to the sky as well. Look, you look outside and you see the stars, that's the heaven. And we also call heaven to Jannah. But in Arabic, Jannah is paradise, and Sama is sky. Samawat is heavens, meaning skies. It's not talking about Jannah, okay? So this word isn't Jannah, it's skies. But you call that heaven in English, that's why I'm mentioning it. Okay, a brother. Al-Ardu.
Earth.
Earth. Fantastic. So just, I'm going to give you the numbers from the Quran as well. Al-Akhirah, 112 times. Roughly. Samawat, or Sama, 185 times. 185. Okay, so these are huge, big words. Al-Ard, which was just done, the earth, 440 times. 440 times. Meaning, when you open your Quran, you're highly likely to see these words. Okay, the next one, a sister, non-Arab sister, al-haqqu,
The truth.
the truth, 190 times. A brother, khair, good, better. And some of these are Urdu words as well. If you're good at Urdu, you know Urdu, then a lot of these will be easy for you, inshallah. 185 times khair. Sister, ad-dinu, religion, 80 times. Now, they're not bang on numbers, they're just general ballpark. Okay, Rabbun, a brother.
Lord.
God.
Yep, 800 times. A sister, next one, Sabilun.
The way.
Yep, path, way, fine. 160 times. Adhabun, 322 times. What does it mean, brother?
Punishment.
Yeah, punishment.
Punishment.
A sister, Azim.
Great money.
Magnificent.
Yes, and that is 107 times about. Brother, Narun.
Fire.
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 Yes, that's 146 times. And the last one, a sister, Nurun.
Light.
Light, you're talking 40 times. So if I just talk those numbers up quickly, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm talking about 1,500 or more times that these words come in the Quran. So if you learn them, then you've learned about 1,500, occurrences in the Quran. 1,500 words of the Quran you've learned. There's about, I'll have to get the total again, I think there's about 77,000 words in the Quran. So we're coming up to that 40%. We're trying to approach that 40% words. You're going to have to learn the words, because if you learn hadha, hadihi, and you don't learn al-akhirah, samawat, then I'm sorry, but you're not going to know much Arabic. Yes, you got your hand up? Anybody got the hand up? Okay, no one. Okay, so we're going to move on now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're going to move on to lesson 2. Lesson 2 is, I'd say it's a fairly easy lesson. We don't cover much. It starts getting a bit busy from lesson 3. Lesson 3 is a busy lesson. So lesson 2, we're going to have a nice, easy lesson again, inshallah. Remember, learning Arabic is not like maths or physics, where you have to learn equations or learn problem solving. It's not problem solving. It's more like chemistry and biology, where you just learn information. It's this means this, this equals this, this. It's just information. It's just learning information. No problem solving skills here yet. Okay, so I want to give you a story. This is a slide on Arabic grammar. I said in the start, I'm not going to cover much Arabic grammar, but there is one rule of Arabic grammar that you need to know in order to be able to translate verses. If you don't know that rule, you're going to be stuck. So I'm just going to teach you that one rule mainly. You'll learn a few here and there, but the one I'm going to teach you, you're going to learn it in lesson 5, but the preparation starts today. It's going to be a grammar rule that you need to know. I'll just give you some information and background. The Quran, when it was revealed, it didn't have fatha, dhamma, kasra. Never had do pesh, do zabar, single zabar. Never had this. It never even had the dots. When it was written, it didn't even have the dots. So the Arabs at that time, because they were experts at the language, they spoke the language, the pure language. So they knew when it was a sheen and when it was a seen. They knew when it was a qaf and when it was a fa, because they understood the rules of grammar. They understood it, they spoke it, they understood it. No problem for them. They could understand it. Just like we can speak, those people who can read Urdu, then you know that Urdu looks like Arabic mostly. But there's no fatha dhamma kasras. Why? Because you understand it, so you know what to read. So similarly, they could understand it and they didn't need the fatha dhamma kasras. They didn't even need the dots. These things came later. So what happened? How did they come? Or what happened? So in the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, Islam was spreading all over the place. Now there were people who were coming into Islam and from different parts of Arabia, maybe further away, and they didn't necessarily speak the pure or understand the rules of grammar. So they were starting to read the Quran wrong. So the people told Umar, that look, we need to start writing down the rules of grammar. So these people, they're reading the Quran wrong. You can't read the Quran wrong. And Umar radiallahu anhu, he didn't do it at that time, as far as being narrated. So what happened is they took Umar radiallahu anhu past a person who was reading the Quran wrong. He was reading it like, we couldn't even do that, but he was reading some places, he was reading it wrong. And they took him past this person and he read, can you see this verse here? He read, so the verse is, أَنَّ اللَّهَ بَرِيءٌ مِّنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ وَرَسُولُهُ. The lam has a dhamma on it. This is what it's supposed to say. It means that Allah is free from obligation to the idolaters, and so is His messenger, i.e. His messenger is also free from obligation to the idolaters. But this person, how he read it, he read, أَنَّ اللَّهَ بَرِيءٌ مِّنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ, and instead of وَرَسُولُهُ, he just said وَرَسُولِهِ. He put a kasra, a zair, on this lam. That's all he did. Now, you and me couldn't even read the Quran without, that accurately. But this person, He read it all accurately, except for the dhamma on the lam, he put a kasra. So now the meaning completely changed. Now the meaning means, the way he read it, Allah is free from obligation to the idolaters, and he's also free from the messenger. He's also free of the messenger, which is absolutely opposite to what the ayah says. So when Umar heard this, he commanded Abu al-Aswad al-Du'ali, he commanded him to write down the rules of grammar so the people know when to do what. So grammar is important. The Quran has all the grammar written for us, but there is one rule we need to learn in order to be able to understand the grammar, and that information, the information for that starts today, inshallah. So then grammar got written down, and then alhamdulillah the people put these things on for us so we can read the Quran. I asked my Arabic teacher, can you read the Quran with none of the fatha, dhamma, kasras and everything? And he said, yeah, pretty much. Because alhamdulillah is very advanced, alhamdulillah. Okay. I want to give this example. This is in the Quran. In the story of Dawood, David and Goliath. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. I want to show you how. So the grammar is this bit here. Can you see that ta? That's grammar. That's grammar. It's the grammar. It's what you put at the end of the word. It's more to do with the ending of the word. How do you end it? Do you end it in dhamma? Do you end it in fatha or kasra or two dhammas, do pesh, do zer? So that's the grammar bit there. وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ means Dawood killed Jalut. David killed Goliath. Now I want to just tell you that if you were to say وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودَ جَالُوتُ, you swap them around, now the sentence means Goliath killed David. Just by changing the dhamma on the dal, this one here, to a fatha, and then changing this fatha to a dhamma, the meaning completely changes. So this just shows you how important it is to read the Quran properly, because Arabic is so powerful, you don't need to change the words around. You just change the signs on the words and the sentence can completely change. But obviously we read the Quran with the intention to read it properly. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive us inshallah for the mistakes that we make. We don't do it on purpose.
Bye. Can I just ask you something? You know, again, it's probably a silly question, but you know, like on the first slide when it said Warasulo, I would have normally, when I pray my Quran Sharif, I would pray as Warasulohu.
Yeah, okay.
And then this one, Jaluta. So do we not say the end words?
No, okay. No, that's fine. You can say the end word. Warasuluhu. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that I'm stopping there, so I start. When you stop, you just you just take the last bit off. But yeah, you continue. وَقَتْلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. It continues.
Okay.
Where ayah comes, you stop. So I just naturally was stopping there.
Okay.
Okay. Barakallahu feek. So it's not a dumb question because many people, including myself, benefit from that. Okay, so that was a bit of information on grammar and how important it is. Now, I want to tell you that Arabic words, they come in three, let's call it cases. Imagine the word to be like, if I say house in capitals, I put it all capital, uppercase, and then I have a medium case, and then I have a lower case, a small one. So Arabic has cases as well. The first case is called marfu. In English you call it nominative, but I'm going to keep to the Arabic. Some people may be more comfortable in knowing it as nominative because they've studied English grammar, but I stick with the marfu, and I'd like you to all learn marfu, mansub and majroor. So marfu is any singular word that ends with a dhamma or a double dhamma. Okay, there's also marfu plurals. We'll do that next week. Plural rule is different, but for singular words, any word that ends in a pesh or a do pesh, dhamma or double dhamma, is known as a marfu word. So I'll say, here's this verse, show me where the marfu word is. then you need to be able to say, yes, it's that one there and it's that one there, because it's going to affect the meaning. We're going to learn, inshallah, in lesson 5 or something. It affects the meaning. So we need to know words that are marfu. We need to be able to recognize a word that is marfu. So kitabun is marfu. Al-kitabu is marfu as well. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
We'll do some
Yes.
examples. This class is filled with examples today, inshallah, to get us comfortable with this, because we need this terminology to progress in the next lessons later on. Okay, the next case is mansoob, accusative. This is any word in the singular. We're just doing singular. Plural has a different rule. We'll cover that next week. But for singular words, any word that ends in a fatha or a double fatha, so it's ending in zabar or do zabar, 2 zabars, that's described as a mansoob word. So masjidun is marfu, masjidan is mansoob. Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, the next. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so the next word, type of word, the singular word, if it ends in a kasra or a double kasra, so it ends in zair or do zair, 2 zairs, then the case of the word is majroor. You would say that is a majroor word. So if I say I went to the masjidin, I have now used masjidin in its majroor case. So you need to know, this is for singular words. Plurals, we will do next week again. I don't want to get a shock next week. Okay, plurals, they look a bit different. We will have to learn their pattern. Okay, but the pattern for the singular words, marfu words, is damma, double damma, mansoob, fatha, double fatha, and majroor, kasra, and double kasra. Everybody happy with that?
Sorry, I just have a question.
Yeah.
So these are all just for singular words, is that right? Not for, it doesn't apply to plural.
This rule doesn't apply to plural, but there will be marfu plural words, but we will learn the pattern, how to tell a plural word is marfu. We'll do that next week, inshallah.
Okay.
This is just for singular words.
All right, okay.
So somebody asks a question, how will we know if the word is singular or plural? You'll get a better idea next week, inshallah. We'll go over the plurals next week. We're just doing singular words at the moment, inshallah. Okay. Next slide. Right. So we have learnt so far, I'll just put them all up here. Okay, so if you look at this here, an indefinite word is a word that starts off with a. So a book, kitabun. A tree, shajaratun. Just look at this line, okay? Kitabun and shajaratun, it basically means a book and a tree. What you do to make it into the, you add al before it. Alif lam comes before the word. So now kitabun is going to become al-kitabu. And shajaratun is going to become ash-shajaratu. So you recognize this, dhalikal kitabu. That is the book. It's the because of this alif and this lam, it makes it the. Are we happy with this, everybody? You stick an alif in front of a word,
Yeah.
and it becomes the, that word. I just want to ask a non-Arab, what do you notice about this word and this word? There's some difference going on somewhere. Apart from the al, there's another different thing going on.
Is it they've got
This,
the
on the
bridge?
shaa, is it not a shaa?
Is it not the
Oh,
bridge
The
though? It's
base
got
at
one
the end,
bridge
brother.
and then
Damma and double
Changed
damma.
from
Yes, okay. So it wasn't the sh with a shadda. Yeah, that happens when you put al there, but it's the ending. Look at the ending. The
Is a
double.
female word?
Singular
No.
bit.
Yes, it's become single. Look, can you see the dhamma
yeah,
of
yeah.
both of them? The double dhamma has dropped off. That's just a simple rule of grammar. Do you need to learn it? It's good if you can appreciate it. It's already written in the Quran, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to even worry about it. But I just want to show you, whenever some extra ink is put on this side, then you've got to take a bit of ink off that side. So you stick a al on there, you added some extra ink here, you've got to take a bit of ink off that side. The double becomes single. And this is already written in the Quran, but this is why it is the case. As long as you know al makes it the, job done. Happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next
Can I
one.
ask a question, please,
Yes.
brother?
Yes.
You know, it's like kitabun. It means a book. Does it mean any book, or
Okay.
is it a particular book?
Right. So a book, it just means any book.
Any book.
But the
And
book,
al kitabu means a particular book. Then.
yes. So we would say the words on the left are indefinite words, and the words on the right are definite words. Indefinite is any, and definite is a particular one. You don't need to. Well, you'll need to learn. You'll need to know that for the next few sections. But yes, definite is with al, because you're specifically speaking about the book. But indefinite is just any book, a book. Anything that starts off with a is indefinite. Anything that starts off with the is definite.
It's a dhammatain that makes it singular, indefinite, and al
Sorry,
makes
can
it
I just ask? So as long as
Yes.
it's got a al, it's definite, and if it
Yeah.
doesn't have an al, it just has the word, the noun. It's just but there isn't a
Yes.
specific word that
That's
just
right.
says Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So the a is inside kitabun. A. If it has a al, then it's the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. How do you know whether to pronounce the lam or not? So that's a tajweed rule. It's sun letters and moon letters. I'm not going to go over that. The Quran already has it written for you, so you will, inshallah, be able to tell from the way it's written in the Quran. That's something in Quran recitation that you learn there. You know it's by the double. Yes, somebody's saying you know it's by the double ending. You know it's because it's got a double ending. For now, yes. For now, yes, but that might change later on. Okay. Do we need to know tajweed rules in order to understand these lessons? No, inshallah. Inshallah, you don't really need to know the tajweed rules to understand the lesson. If there's any pronunciation problems, ask me. I'll just tell you how it's supposed to be read, inshallah. Okay, so we've done shajaratun, a tree, becomes ash-shajaratu, the. The main thing you need to remember is whenever there is a al, it's the thing. Dhalikal kitabu, that is the book. Al-kitabu. Dhalika al-kitabu, that is the book. Okay, next one. So these top words, what case are they? They're ending in a dhamma or two dhammas. So these top words here are marfu. Marfu. It's just the case of the word. It's a way to describe the case of the word marfu. Okay, next one. Rajulan becomes ar-rajula. So the alif and lam comes and it makes the double into singular. So rajulan was a man. Ar-rajula is the man. Path is sabilan. You can say sabilun, sabilan, sabilin. Whatever the ending is, it doesn't change the meaning. Sabilun means a path. Sabilan means a path. And sabilin also means a path. It's just a different case. Something else is going on in the sentence, but the literal meaning of the word is still the same. Remember, masjidun means a masjid. Masjidan means a masjid. And masjidin also means a masjid. Changing the case does not change the meaning of the word. I want you to maybe just repeat that again. I'll say it once again. You're going to need this in your test, I think. Masjidun means a masjid. Masjidan means a masjid. Masjidin means a masjid. The ending marfu, mansub or majroor does not change the literal meaning of the word. Okay. So nominative, what does nominative mean? It just means it's raised, but you just need to understand that for the time being. and we'll explain it. I'll explain it later on what its impact is to a sentence later on, inshallah.
Okay, so where you've given the example of the masjid, it's like saying masjid written in capital letters or masjid written in lowercase. The meaning doesn't change.
That's
So
right.
It's the same for Arabic, but you've got 3 cases.
That's right. Pretty much like that. Well, you need it in Arabic because it does things. It can change the meaning of a sentence, but the actual word itself means the same. But when you put it together with a sentence, then things happen. So we'll do that, inshallah.
Contextually, it changes the context.
Yeah, yes, that's right. And the last one is yawmin. It means a day. Yawmul qiyamah, yawmul jumu'ah. It means a day. You make it into definite. You stick an al in front of it. Al yawmi, the day, and the ending becomes single. You won't see al yawmin. You'll see al yawmi. If somebody says al yawmin, he's saying it wrong. He's saying it funny. He's saying it wrong. He doesn't know the rules, etc. What is the reason of knowing about cases? You'll find out, inshallah, maybe a few lessons time, inshallah. But you definitely need it. And when you need it, and when you realize why you need it, you'll be happy you learned them if you learned them. You need to learn these. Okay, inshallah. So baqaratin, a cow, goes to al-baqarati. So again, baqaratun will go to al-baqaratu. Baqaratan will go to al-baqarata. Baqaratin will go to al-baqarati. They all mean the same. So these top ones here are marfu. The middle ones here are mansub, all of them. And the ones at the bottom are majroor. That's all you need to know for the time being. We're not going to apply them yet. We're just going to learn what they are. So if I show you a word, a singular word, you should be able to tell me if it's marfu or it's mansub. Let me just go back to that. Look at this one. This word here is, what case is this word? Have a look at your notes. It's ending in dhamma. So what is the case of this word?
Marfu.
Marfu. Excellent. And the case of this word?
Mansub.
Mansub. Okay. Hint, hint. I'm not going to mention anything else. We just go to here. Okay, so pretty much, I know we've got about an hour left. What we're going to do is we're going to go through some practice. So what I would do is I would go to page 8, the bottom left slide, page 8, and just keep that open because otherwise you're going to see the answers. The answers are all written in the books. So I want you to go to page 8 of the booklet where it shows this slide, this one. Keep that open because this is intended now to help you memorize the cases. So we'll go with a brother. What I want you to do, brother, any brother, non-Arab of course. I'll do the first one. What I want you to do is tell me, if you can do the meaning, then even better, a book. The reason why it's a book is because it is indefinite. And the gender is good if you can know the gender as well. It is masculine. And the case, this is the main one, the case. You need to know the case. The case is marfu. Okay, so now I want a non-Arab brother that's not spoken. And honestly, that's all this lesson is, going through some more examples, trying to learn the words, but just wanted to give you that concept. Very easy lesson. Next week, you're going to have some extra words to learn, inshallah. Okay, so a brother, baytan. Do you know what baytan is without looking at your notes?
A house.
House. Excellent. A house. Okay. Oh, it's that. Okay. Right. So baytan. Is it definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
Okay. Indefinite. And as a result, it means a house. As long as you get that means a house, job done. But indefinite, good. What is the gender?
Masculine.
Masculine. And this is the most important one now. What is the case?
Mansub.
Mansub, okay? Because it's got a double Fatha, it's got a double zabar, so it's going to be mansoob. Right, sister, who is a non-Arab and has not spoken yet, please. Ash-shajaratu, the first thing you should see is this alif lam. What is that going to give you, sister?
Definite. Definite.
Please don't turn your cameras on, please. Jazakallah khair. Definite. So what does this alif lam mean? The. That's the main thing. As long as you recognize that alif lam means the, and then you just need to know what shajara means. What shajarati mean?
Tree.
So the tree. It's definite or indefinite?
Definite.
Definite.
Okay, excellent. And it's masculine or feminine?
Female.
Or marbuta.
Okay, so what is the case?
Majroor.
Okay.
Majroor. 'Cause
If I said ash-shajaratin, would that be correct?
No. Because you
No.
got al.
Because you should never have a tin with the al.
Fantastic. You should never have the double ending with the al in front of it. You've got to take one ending off. The good thing is it's already written in the Quran, but you can appreciate it now. You can look at it and say ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ, not ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابٌ, because ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ. Because of the al, you drop in two of those dhammas to one dhamma. You can look in the Quran, have a look afterwards, and increase your connection.
Just go through that last rule again, please.
Okay, so it's not ash-shajaratin because the al means that you have to drop the double here. The al comes and drops the double and makes it into a single. So it would have been shajaratin, but when the al comes before it, then the tin drops to become ti. The double drops. So you add some ink on this side, you've got to knock some ink off on this side. Yeah.
Shukran.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. So case is majroor. Okay, brother. Nafsan. Nafsan means? Okay, is it the soul or a soul?
Soul.
Okay. Okay. And is it definite, indefinite?
Indefinite.
Indefinite. Is it male or is it female?
Male.
Male.
Female. Nafsan.
Feminine. Yes, fantastic. Feminine is the correct word. It's a bit of a trick question. You can't tell it's one of those historical words. And what is the case?
Mansoob.
Mansoob, because of the double fatha.
Mansoob.
Mansoob. Okay, sister. As-siratu. So what does this do?
Definite.
The. Okay, makes it the. Good. And sirat is?
Way.
Okay, so
The way.
the way. So it won't be our way. It will be the way.
The way.
Is it definite, indefinite?
Definite.
Excellent. Is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Okay. And what's the case?
Marfu.
Marfu, because it's ending in a dhamma. It's ending in a pesh, so it is marfu. Remember, these are all singular words. We'll learn plural pattern later. Inshallah. Right. A brother now, yeah? Adhabin. Adhabin. Is it the or a? Because there's no al, yeah? Good. So because it's got no al, you've seen it's got a double here. So adhabin, it means?
Punishment.
Punishment. Good. Definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
Okay. Is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Okay. And most importantly now for this lesson, what case is it?
Majroor.
Majroor. So you need to know these cases like the back of your hand. Marfu, mansoob, majroor. Okay, sister, aynin. Is it a or is it the? Ah, fantastic. And what does ayn mean? I don't blame you if you don't know, because we've not done it. I. So, an I. Because you can't say I in English, you have to say an I. So yes, I. An I. Definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
Okay, and is it masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
Fantastic, feminine, because it's
Feminine.
wonderful.
Body part.
Majroor case.
And what is the case? Majroor, yeah? You said majroor. Fantastic. So, hope everybody's got their page open on this one, yeah? They're not looking at the answers, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. A brother, Yadun. What is Yadun? First, is it a or is it the? Because there's no the. Okay, and what is Yadun?
A hand.
Hand. Excellent. So, a hand. Is it definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
Indefinite. As long as, so what is more important is that you can translate a hand and not the hand. Definite, indefinite, it helps, but it's not going to be a decider in determining the meaning of the sentence. As long as you know that there's no al, so it's a, that's the main thing. Gender?
Feminine.
Feminine. And case is very important. What case is it?
Marfu.
Marfu, because?
Because it's got Dhammatain.
Yes, it's got Dhammatain. It's got double dopesh, double Dhamma. Excellent. Brother, al-mu'min.
And also, what's it indefinite?
Ending with the single.
Dhammatain.
He's on mute.
Sorry about that, guys. It disconnected. I'll try to join it up afterwards, inshallah. Just keep your videos closed, please. That would be good. There's something wrong with my internet. Okay, well, inshallah, we'll continue. Can you see the page?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly fast forward all this. Okay, so we've done this one. Have we done this one? Okay. No. Al-mu'minu. Yes, al-mu'minu. Can we have a sister, please? Al-mu'minu.
The believer. The believer.
Okay, the believer. If you know, if you've spoken, please, if you can give somebody else a chance, that would be much appreciated. Jazakallah khair. Al-mu'minu, the believer. That's correct. The believing man, actually. Is it definite or indefinite?
Definite.
Is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Okay, a bit obvious, that one. And what is the case? Marfu. Excellent. We're going to make that now into, put a tamar buta there, can you see?
Oh, yes.
So, a brother, what is mu'minatin? Our brother who's spoken, yeah?
A believing woman.
Majroor.
Believing woman.
Okay, a believing woman, that's correct. And is it definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
Indefinite.
Is it, right, obviously this one's feminine, yeah? Feminine. And what case is it?
Majroor.
Majroor. Okay, fantastic, majroor. Okay, so I'm hoping everybody has got the hang now of a marfu word, a mansoob word, and a majroor word. We will need it, inshallah, later on. And these are the definitions for singular words. We will do plurals next week, inshallah. Remember, we saw this slide last week. So what I did is I said, one second, just get this on. Okay. So I mentioned last week that the adjective comes after the noun. Like in Arabic, we don't say the big bus, we say the bus big. The computer fast. The car fast. That's how we say it in Arabic. We say the thing and then we talk about its description second. Okay, so the adjective must agree with the noun in the following ways. This is just for information. We're not constructing sentences. It's already written in the Quran, but I want to show you some things that you can find in the Quran yourself, inshallah. If the noun is definite, then the adjective is definite. Look, there's no al there, so there's no al here. If the noun is definite, then the adjective is definite. Let me just see if we've got another example. This here. Al is mentioned here, so its adjective also has al. So if the noun is singular, okay, we'll leave that. We've not done that yet. If the noun is masculine, the adjective will be masculine. It's not karimatun. It's karimun because the Quran is masculine. If the word is feminine, then the adjective to describe it is going to be feminine. That's that one. Again, it's just information. You don't need to learn this because it's already written in the Quran. But for those people who want to go a step further and sort of look into the Quran, why it's like this, why it's like this, then this is some information for yourselves. And the book that I based it on has this, so I put this information in. The last one, the case of the adjective will match the case of the noun. So it's not going to be Qur'anun Kareemin. It's not going to be Qur'anun Kareeman. It's going to be Qur'anun Kareemun. They both are marfu and the ending is the same. Al-Qur'anu Al-Kareemu. Al-Qur'anul Kareemu. Both are al, both have the singular, both are marfu. Yes? So that's just something there in the Quran for you to see. You don't have to worry about that too much because it's already written. If we had to read the Quran without these dhammas and fathas and kasras, then you would have needed to know this information. But it's already in there, so it's just information to appreciate the grammar and what's going on in the Quran. Because the Quran is a grammatical masterpiece. It's a masterpiece that nobody can produce except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Arabs at the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam were top of the game when it came to Arabic. They were the best poets, you know. They would celebrate when a poet arose among them because that's how grammar and Arabic was. The Quran came and it went obliterated in terms of it was something much, much higher than they could do. They couldn't produce the Quran. You know, it was easier for the mushrikeen in Mecca. It was easier for them to all get together. Sorry, it was not easier for them. They could have done this. They could have tried to do this. Get everybody together and come up with a chapter like the Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. Illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. That's it. 1.5 lines of the Quran. Make it yourself though. And bring your witnesses, bring whoever you can to do it. If they could do it, they would have got together, they would have produced a chapter and said, your Islam is rejected, we don't need to fight any wars, your Islam is rejected, we've produced a chapter like your Quran. It was easier for them to do, you know, like, why risk blood, shed blood and all that, and war and all that, when you can just get people together, come up with a 1.5 lines like the Quran, with the grammar, with the everything in there. But it was easier for them to fight a war and lose their whole monarchy, for example, their whole leadership and everything. It was easier for them to do that than come up with even a few verses like the Quran. Even a verse like the Quran, they couldn't do it. If the best of the people couldn't do it, how can people do it now? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that people will not be able to do it. So this just goes to show us that we are studying an amazing book that cannot be reproduced by any single person. If it could, they would have done it by now. And now we don't have the same eloquence of Arabic in the language of the people than you did back then. So it's a point to remember. We're studying a grammatical masterpiece. Okay. Right, okay, so we've come on to, lost my voice, like the internet went as well, so you have to bear with me for a bit. So let's do this translation here. We're doing verses, parts of verses in the Quran. So I want some brother who has never studied Arabic before, a non-Arab brother, to give me the translation of these. Yes, some of the words we haven't done, but just do the words that you have done, and I want to show you some things what are going on. Okay, so هذا.
Translation.
Yeah, oh, but break it down for me. هذا, what's هذا?
This is.
This is. Excellent. So this is brothers only, please, yeah? شيء. شيء. Okay, a thing. You can figure it out, yes? شيء is something, and عجيب is?
Strange.
Yes. So look here. عجيب is marfu, and the thing it's describing is marfu. Can you see? They're both marfu. The adjective is coming after the noun. And it's the same, as far as I know, in Urdu when you say ajib shay. For those people who know Urdu, ajib shay. It's the same thing. Shay'un, ajib, something strange. This is something strange. Okay, so what I would do, if you want to do, is bubble the words and connect them up. If you want to connect the words up, so you can say ajib goes to strange, thing goes to shay'un, do it like that, if it helps you. Okay, so again, we've seen the description coming after the noun here.
Oh, the charge is going. Tell you, Baba, where is the charger for those?
Sorry?
Is it?
Okay, next one. A sister, non-Arab
No, it's
sister.
not these.
Sorry, I think you need to be on mute. I think you're on. You need to mute yourself. Okay. هذا عذاب أليم. A non-Arab sister who hasn't translated yet, please. هذا.
This is.
Okay. This is. عذاب. We've done عذاب.
Punishment.
The punishment or our punishment?
Our punishment.
Why is it our punishment?
Because it's not
Because it's a definite.
Yeah, because it's not a definite, yeah? The al isn't there, so it's indefinite. It's not got al, so it's ah. That's good. So this is adhabun, a punishment, alimun, painful. So that's just another word in your vocabulary list. If you want to learn it, alhamdulillah, the more words you learn, the better. It might not be in the test or next week. So hadha, this is adhabun, a punishment, alimun. Look at it, they're both marfu, aren't they? They're both marfu. And they're also both definite as well. Sorry, indefinite.
Indefinite.
Yeah, there's no al before any of them. Okay. A brother. Non-Arab brother, please. Wa. What is wow?
So.
Okay. Okay, that's good, alhamdulillah. I'm happy that you said so, because that means you were listening last week. So, fa means so. Wow means and. Okay? You won't know this word, but see if you can match it. A'adda. A'adda. Prepared, okay? These brothers, yeah? Prepared. Lahum. We'll do lahum afterwards, inshallah. Lahum means, have a try.
For them.
For them. Yeah. Ajran kariman. Ajran means?
Reward.
Reward. Like you say in Urdu, you say ajr. Same word. And kariman is? Generous. So look here. We've got ajran. Look, it's not marfu anymore. What case is this?
Mansub.
Mansub. So look at the definition. Look at the adjective, the description of ajran is also?
Mansub.
And you'll also see something else in the Quran, which is, in Arabic, whenever a double mansub comes, whenever a double fatha comes, you get an alif appearing there. Only for the double fathas, not double dhammas, not double kasras, only the double fathas. That's just the way Arabic is. There's only two letters that I know that don't carry an alif when they've got a double fatha. Does anybody know what those letters are? Two letters that when you get a double fatha, they don't have an alif popping up. Okay, I'll tell you.
Is that
Inshallah.
Hamza?
Yes, fantastic. One of them is a Hamza, and the other one is.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Alif.
No, it's ta.
Tamar
Yeah,
Buta.
yeah, ta marbuta. Yeah. The alif comes because of the double. Okay, good. So ta marbuta and Hamza. Again, it's already written in the Quran. Just wanted to let you know if you know you might appreciate it, inshallah. Okay, next one.
What does he mean in this ayah?
Oh, we're gonna do that, inshallah. Maybe lesson 5, inshallah. Yeah, we will do that, inshallah. So once you start learning the structure, you will be able to figure out many words with that same structure, and that's what you need to be able to understand the Quran. So we'll do that, inshallah, later, inshallah. But good question.
What does
Yes,
lahum mean?
lahum means for them. Again, maybe lesson 4 that, inshallah. Yes, a sister had the hand up.
Brother, it's just back to, if we go back to the previous ayah, does the alif have any relevance in that?
The ajran.
Yes, yeah, that's right, yeah.
It does. It mean in terms of the meaning, it doesn't have any difference. It just appears when a double fatha comes. Why does it appear? Allah A'lam. It may have been there always from the early time of Arabic. Allah A'lam. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm just letting you know, just so that you know.
Brother, can I just ask you, please? Do you know when you said that the Hamza is never followed by an alif when it's tanween? Is there a reason behind that? Is it because it's at the lowest level of the throat? Is that the reason, or is there another reason for that, why it doesn't follow an alif?
No idea. No idea.
This the rules.
No idea. Just to let you know, sort of. But yeah, no idea. It may have been there always from the time. It might have been like historically always like that. Allah A'lam. Allah knows best. Okay, so next one, a brother, new brother, if we can, inshallah. We do have, alhamdulillah, yeah, 135 people, alhamdulillah. So a brother, please. Inna Allah. Remember, inna means
Indeed.
indeed. Just remember that one. It may come up in our vocabulary later on. Inna means indeed. Emphasis happening. Inna Allah. Indeed, Allah. Carry on, brother. Ghafurun. Forgiving. Rahimun. Merciful. Fantastic. So if we look at Inna Allah Ghafurun Rahimun, we see something happening here. Allah is, what is Allah? What case is Allah?
Mansub.
Mansub, isn't it? Yeah.
Mansub.
And then these are marfu.
Marfu.
Yeah. So you're gonna get this. You're gonna get that sometimes. So sometimes it's not going to be exactly how I've taught you. There's exceptions, etc. As long as you know Inna Allah Ghafurun Rahimun. Inna means indeed. Allah means Allah. Ghafurun, all forgiving. Rahimun, all merciful. Don't have to really worry about the endings, but sometimes, inshallah, you need to, but not on this one. Okay, sister, for the next one, Wahuwa.
And he is.
Yes.
And
sorry. Okay, and he is. Well, okay, it's the context of this is making it he is. Wahuwa, and he is. Ala. On. Siratin.
Straight.
A path. Way.
Path. And mustaqimin is straight.
Straight.
So he's on a path straight. Yeah. The bus. Yeah. So if here you can see what case is siratin.
Majroor.
So look at the description of it. It is
Majroor.
also. This may help when you're doing hifz and you start thinking about, you're reading a word. You know, if you know, you need to know more rules than just one or two, but you know, it might sometimes help you. You know, siratin is, so mustaqimin might be that as well. Might help. Okay, I mean, like a story. There was a brother, and he was reciting the Quran, and one of the brothers at the back corrected him in his grammar, and afterwards the Salah. You know, I think it's true story. And then the person, he asked him that, you know, are you a hafiz of the Quran that you corrected me? He goes, no, it's our language. that didn't make sense. The way you said it wasn't right. It was wrong. So he obviously knew his grammar. So people with knowing grammar, they can tell, you know, where the mistakes are coming.
I wish
Yeah.
I can be.
But again, for us, a 13-week course, we're not going to go into grammar. Number one, it's hard. Number two, you don't need to know grammar to understand the literal meaning of the Quran, except this one grammar rule I'm going to tell you, inshallah, later on. Okay, a brother, I think. ذَلِكَ. So somebody said Alhamdulillah, somebody said Alhamdulillah will definitely help in hifz, inshallah. Okay, ذَلِكَ. Brother, I think brother. ذَلِكَ means that is. Now, if you didn't learn, I'm not saying like you, but people generally, if you didn't learn last week's words, then come to ذَلِكَ, you're going to say, sorry, I didn't do it. It was in my table, but I forgot to revise. I don't know it. You don't know it. It's no use. So that's why you definitely learn the words that I tell you to learn. And I'll tell you what's going to be on your test, so you learn those words. If you can't do your homework for some reason, because it can be, you know, it can be busy, I don't want you to not learn for the test. Learn what I tell you for the test. The homework will just help you learn for the test. And I just want to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it into my mind, this beautiful thing that just happened last night. It was a sister. She asked to register on the course, and I don't want to turn anybody down. You know, alhamdulillah, we're managing with this many people, alhamdulillah. I don't want to turn anybody down, because for some people, this class is the first class they've ever seen like this. From the messages people have been giving me, it's like, brother, I never knew there was a class like this. I'm so happy this class has, you know, been done. It's like something that I always wanted. So the sister, may Allah make it easy for her, she wanted to register. She asked for the slides and everything. This is like 7 p.m. last night 7 p.m. and she asked for the slides and said, can I just do it? She had to listen to me for 1.5 hours first, and then she had to do the homework and she had to do the test. I got a message in the morning. I turned my data off, right? I don't want my phone beeping at night, so I turned my data off. When I turned it on, Fajr time, sister sent me a message at about 12:50. That same sister saying, I've done the homework and here is the test. And she said, this is the only time I got to do it. And that really knocked me out for a 6. Because 1 o'clock, the sister at 12 o'clock, right, maybe she's got children, she's putting the kids to bed, and you know how it can be with children and all sorts, and you know, you fall asleep yourself and wake up at Fajr time, you know, when you're trying to put the kids to sleep. So this sister at 12 o'clock, maybe she's got everything ready and started doing it, and 1 o'clock she was there doing it while her kids are asleep, or wherever she works, or whatever the thing that was occupying her finished. She was there till 1 o'clock doing it, and she did the test and the homework, and I gave her the slides at 7 o'clock. So that shows commitment. If she can do it, why can't we? We have a full week. And the sister did it in about 4 hours. I don't even know, maybe 2 hours or something. She did it. So it should go down as an encouragement to ourselves. There's a brother who, you know, his son finished the Quran, completed the Quran at about 11, 12, something like this. And he said to his father that now I finished the Quran, I want to know what it says. I want to know what it means. SubhanAllah, 11, 12-year-old, the heart melts when you hear stories like that. Alhamdulillah, you know, so nice for a child to actually go and tell the parents. Normally it's the parents saying you're learning Arabic, okay? They're saying you're doing it because you're doing it, end of story, right? Or you try to encourage them or say it in a nice way, give them some, you know, take them out to the, you know, to the restaurant or something, right? But children like this, alhamdulillah, telling the father that I want to do it. Alhamdulillah, he's here as well. And then you got children who are doing it with their parents, with their mothers. They're 9, 10 years old children doing it. And the good thing is the parents are there to help them, because it's quite what you're going to experience next. A lot of learning. It does get difficult, you know, for a 10-year-old. But people are doing it. So that should be an incentive, inshallah, for us to really, for these 13 weeks, and only 10 of them are the lessons. Only 10 weeks are the lessons. This is 20% of the course today. And you do 10% of the course. 2 of those weeks are just revision, and 1 is a talk on Salah and the khushu of Salah and going over the word-to-word meaning of Salah. That's the last class. The actual core lessons are 10. So really give it هذا هذه ذلك تلك هو here. Right? Learn them. Tell you, man, learn them, because once class is finished, it's gone. Don't ask me when I'm going to do another one. Okay. So, right. Next one. Just see if there's any more. Okay, this is the last slide of verses. Yes, 2 people raised their hand. Anybody?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuhu.
Yeah, so just a quick one on the second one. I don't know if I'm going to learn it later, but you know, the second ayah is it's got al there, and the Dhammatain has not dropped.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that isn't the al of the, that's part of the word.
Alim.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it would have been al-alim if it had the on. This alim, that's
Okay.
part of the actual word itself. So inshallah we'll
Okay.
learn some of that
Yeah.
as well, inshallah, later on. But good sort of, good, fine, barakallahu feek. Okay, yes, somebody else had a question?
In the fourth ayah, usually you said in Arabic the noun is before the verb.
Yeah. In this one
But
here,
in
in
the
this verse.
fourth one, yeah, in Arabic and English, the noun is before the verb, as in God is forgiving, merciful.
Sorry, the
And in
adjective.
Arabic,
The adjective.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is more of a, this is a bit of a different sentence, because this is saying, indeed Allah is Ghafur Rahim. So do you say that the same in English as well? That's what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that other one was like Adhabun Alimun and Ajran Kariman. Yeah, this is a bit different, this sentence.
So is there a reason, or it's just like that?
I think, so let me just think now. It's maybe just the type of sentence it is. You're not saying a big bus, you're saying you're saying a complete sentence. This is a
I
complete
think it's 2
sentence now.
different nouns. It's 2 different nouns. It's not, one of the words is not explaining the other. They're
No,
2 separate
Allah
nouns.
is noun, and Ghafur and Rahim is adjective
Yeah,
for
these are
that.
adjectives, and the noun comes before it here as well. But it's just that in English you would say it the same way. So the noun is coming before the adjective here.
Yeah, the noun is Allah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but in English it's the same way on this occasion. But I won't be able to elaborate on that. But the noun still is before the adjective. Why is it switched in English? Maybe the sort of sentence that it is. Allahu A'lam. Okay, so yes, another person has got their hand raised.
Yeah, that's just me. On your previous slide, the last ayah, you've got dhalika and huwa. So this is the previous slide. I just wanted to see, is that is and it is together?
Yeah. So what's going on here? That is, it is, it's being said twice. So it's giving it some sort of,
emphasis.
There's double going on here. You wouldn't find in English. Just that is the great favor, but in Arabic it's saying that is, it is. It's like double emphasis, isn't it? Like making it stronger. So this is what you'll get with Arabic that you won't get with the translation. So it's a good point. Jazakallah khair. It's a good point you mentioned that. Anybody else? Okay, we've got about 20 minutes left, inshallah. So, a sister who's not spoken yet. If there's anybody, I'm sure there should be. So we'll give it a chance to a sister. So if you've spoken already, then please keep quiet. Jazakallah khair, and we'll give somebody who's not spoken a turn, just so that they can help lift them up as well, inshallah. So, qul. You won't know all these yet because we've not done them, but inshallah, see if you can match it up. Qul.
Would qul be say?
Fantastic. Okay. So qul is say. If you want, join it up with your pen. Join it up with your pen on your notes. Okay. Huwa we've done.
It is.
Fantastic. So qul, say. Huwa, we'll do qul afterwards inshallah. Huwa is it is. That's the main one. Naba'un, have a guess.
News.
News. And what sort of news? Description comes afterwards. It is Azim. Great news. Tremendous news. So news. So say it is news. Oh, so it should be more accurate. A news. Tremendous. Azim. Great. Marfu. Marfu. Double dhamma. Double dhamma. Okay. A brother who hasn't spoken yet, please, and nobody else, help him, please. Jazakallah khair. Okay. Wahua. So wow and huwa. You got a brother?
And he is.
Right, fantastic.
And he is.
And he is. And how many times does huwa come in the Quran? Did I say, was it 700-ish? So it's coming everywhere. Yeah, it's coming everywhere. If you still find that you don't know huwa and hiya and dhalika and hadha and tilka and hadihi, go back and learn them tonight. Learn them tonight, because this course, tell you what happens in this course, it keeps on moving on and it's not going to wait for you. That's one thing. Each class will help you with the next class. If you miss one class out, you got to do double catching up, because you need to make it strong. I've seen students in the past, good students, they missed a class. They'd still make up for it, but they didn't do so well in the test because they missed the class. There was no recordings at that time. Now you've got the additional benefit of the recording, inshallah. But I'm saying don't miss the class, because sometimes it needs to be a live class. Recording, sometimes people, not too interested in it. I just want to see what this question is. Last sentence in the previous slide, somebody's asking. Dhalika, so this one here, Dhalika is that is, and then huwa, it is. Double emphasis going on there. It's like Dhalika, that is, it is. Al-fadlu, a favor, the favor, the great. Al-kabiru. Okay, so this is what we were speaking about there, is there's like a double emphasis going on there, saying it twice. If you miss going through the slides, etc., can you please watch back on recorded class as it delays the whole class? Okay. Yes, anyone who has to... Okay, there's comments. Okay, so we go on. Jazakallah khair. We just go on. We've done this one?
We're on that one.
Okay, we're on that one. So this time it's a sister, non-Arab sister, who hasn't spoken before, and all the other ones, can please mute. Okay, so I will just read this one. Ihdina.
Guide us.
Sorry? Yes, guide
Guide
us.
us.
That's correct. Guide us. As-sirata.
Way.
Okay, but what? There's an al there, so?
The way.
Fantastic, fantastic. The way. Al-mustaqima.
Straight.
Yes. Literally the straight, but yes, you would just say, guide us to the straight way. So this description comes after. What case is this? Same sister? What case is this? As-sirata.
Mansub.
Fantastic. Okay.
Mansub.
Okay. Brothers joined in. Okay. And the last one is mansub as well. Okay. Only 3 ayahs left, inshallah. So this is now a brother again, a new brother if we can, inshallah. If we don't have a new brother, we have a pause for 10 seconds, then one of the other brothers. But I want to get everybody speaking, even if it's just once, inshallah. And you don't have to worry, you get it wrong. Doesn't matter, you're not sheikhs, I'm not a sheikh. We get things wrong. We've not even learnt these words. That's what I'm here to do, to help you. So, wow, and, yes. Ayatun. Have a guess.
Sign.
Okay. Ayatun is good. It's a sign because there's no al there. So wa ayatun, and a sign. Lahum. For them. Al ardu. How many times did I say al ardu is mentioned in the Quran roughly?
Would not be the earth.
About 450 times. Okay. So wa ayatun. and assign lahum for them al-ardu, the earth, al-maytatu,
Is dead.
dead. Same word we use in Urdu, maut. Maut, maytatu, is coming from the same word, maytatu. And look, al-ardu, is it the earth or a earth?
The
The earth. So look at this description. It's also the. And what case is ardu? Anybody?
Marfu.
Marfu. So look at its description. It is
Marfu.
marfu as well. Yeah. So it won't be al-ardu al-ardul maytata. It won't be that. It'll be al-ardul maytatu. They're both marfu, single dhamma. Okay. We're on a sister now. So ya ayyatuha. So ya ayyuha. Sorry, ya ayyatuha. What does that mean? It just means oh. Remember, ya ayyuha and ya ayyatuha means oh. An-nafsu.
Oh, soul.
The soul.
Yes, literally the soul. And al-mutma'inna.
The tranquil.
Yes, peaceful, tranquil. And it's an Urdu word as well, mutma'in. It means you're satisfied. Yeah. So peaceful soul, tranquil soul. Again, the description is coming after the noun. This alif lam means al. And this is a dhamma marfu. This is marfu as well, the description. Last one.
But there's no the in the English translation.
No.
Even though it has
Yeah, that's right. You've got to render it into English. It's using al because that's the description, but it's, yeah, they haven't put it here. But some translations may have, well, actually, to tell you the truth, or the tranquil soul, it might just be that it's not the way you say it. You just say, oh, tranquil soul, so they take the out just to make it sort of sound right in English. Sometimes you're not going to put the in. You might see some translations, they do put it in. So you get a difference in yes.
would this still be considered definite?
Yeah, it's still definite. It's still the soul, but maybe when you say it, you won't say, oh, tranquil the soul, or the soul, or the tranquil. You might even say it, or the tranquil soul. It may be in the context, it's maybe rendered that you say it this way, it sounds nicer, it sounds easier to say in English. It's some of that goes on as well. It's not just, you can't just literally translate each word and expect it to make sense in English. Sometimes you have to modify it a bit so that it's understandable in English. Yes? So you're not going to see the literal translation definition of every word. You're going to see it rendered into a sentence, so which flows. So they do it for that reason. Lord. Okay, last one. Are we on a brother? Is it a brother? Yeah, brother. So a brother, another brother who has not spoken yet, please try. And yakhafuna. Fantastic. They fear. Okay, they fear al-adhaba, the punishment. Al-alim. Yes, so look over here. This is al-alim. Now it's the painful. In this one here, alim, that's the actual word. Over here, it's al-alim. This is how you write al-alim. So they fear a painful punishment. So you've seen some of the marfu adjectives. You've seen the huwa and the hiya. You've seen those words, dhalika. They're coming in the Quran. They're coming in the Quran. So definitely learn them, inshallah. And that's it. We've got about 10 minutes left. I will go through the words that come in our vocabulary for next week. So we have homework. We'll do this first, and then we'll look at the homework, inshallah. So these are words now. I've been in classes, Arabic classes, and they didn't make you learn vocabulary. What happens is you don't learn them. And then you come out and you've not learned that much. So I'm trying to make you learn these words, and they are the most frequently occurring words in the Quran in terms of the nouns, etc. According to that book, according to that book that I showed you last week. So, nasun is people. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Nas is people, humans, mankind.
It's all right, Sod. It's all right. It's all right.
You're on, not mute. The world can hear you. Okay. I think I know who it was as well. Right, okay. So, nasun, people, humans, mankind. This word, if you want to write it down, about 240 times in the Quran. 240 times. Learn it. Nasun. Next one, yawmun. Yawmul jumu'ah. Yawmul qiyamah. We already half know this word. Yawm. Ayyam al-abir. It's the same. Ayyam means days. Yawm means day. So yawmul jumu'ah. Yawmul qiyamah. Yawm means a day. Could also mean an eon, a certain amount of time. But just take day. Take day as the translation. Min. Okay. Min means from. Man means who or whoever. Both collectively, these two words, 2,750 times. Min and man. The reason why I don't know each, because the search that I was using doesn't have kasras and fathas. It just recognizes mim and noon. So min or man, you're talking 2,750 hits. About. So it's massive. Min, oh, just learn it. Imagine 1,000 each, for example. Min, you got to learn it. Man, you have to learn it. Man dhal ladhi yashfa'u comes everywhere. Okay, just words that you have to learn. You don't learn words, it doesn't matter if you learn hadha, hadihi. If you don't know the words, how you gonna make the meaning of the sentence? So these are the most frequently occurring words. Next one, ma'a. Ma'a is with. A'ilahu ma'allah. Is there any God with Allah? So ma'a. Ma'a comes 150. Ma'a. Ma'a means with. Next one, qabla. It's an Urdu word as well, qabl. It means before. Qabla, before. 230 times in the Quran. Roughly. That's a lot. Qabla. Next one, ala. Ala is 1,400. Not just as ala, but in its derivatives as well. Alayka, alayna, alayhim, which we will do inshallah, lesson 4 or 5 inshallah. So ala, very important word. It means on, could mean above, against, but generally just take on as the meaning, on. Like the pen is ala the table. The pen is on the table. Ala. Next one, kabirun. It sounds kabir. Sounds big. Kabir. 40 times in the Quran, according to my search, but it may be a bit more than that. So big can mean old as well. Rajulun kabir, it can mean old man as well. When you're talking about a big man, it doesn't necessarily mean big, it could mean old as well. So big. Next one, qawmun. Qawmun means a people. Coming in the Quran 400 times. Around there. Qawmun.
A person instead of people.
A people. No, it means like a nation. People.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Like a nation. A people. Qawm of Lut. Qawm Lut. Yeah, the people of Lut. That sort of thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Kathirun. 70 times. Kathirun means a lot. Many, a lot. I've got a bit of a cheesy way of remembering this, but you heard of the scholar Ibn Kathir? Ibn Kathir? Did he have a lot of knowledge or a bit of knowledge?
A lot of knowledge.
There you go. Kathir means a lot. If it sticks in your mind, my job done. Yeah, if it's stuck in your mind that Kathir means a lot, my job is done with that cheesy sort of one. Okay. Hudan. 120 times guidance. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. It comes from Hudan. Yeah, the word might not exactly come as Hudan in the Quran. It might be in a different way, but once you learn the word and you learn how to apply the structure to it, you can figure out words yourself as long as you know what the main word means. And we will learn that inshallah from next week. And the last word is rahmatun. Rahmatun, mercy, and it's coming in about 70 times in my search. Yeah, somebody got their hand up?
Brother, you know, the word before guidance in Arabic, why does it have a ya at the end of it?
Okay, that's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Why, I don't know the particular on why that word has hudan on there. But as I said, for this course, you don't even need to know. Meaning, because as long as you know what hudan is, your job done.
All right, okay.
Yeah?
Jazakallah.
Barakallahu feek. Right, so, just one second, I've got one here. In the sentence, guide us in the straight way, even though there is a al in front of, you don't pronounce the al. Yeah, that's a as-sirat al-mustaqim. That's a tajweed. That's a tajweed rule. If it says alif lam and a sad, you're not going to say al-sirat, you will say as-sirat. And that's, the Qur'ans are already written like that, with all the signs on, and it's a tajweed rule, that. Okay, right, and we've got 5 minutes left. Let's just go over the homework, and you've got to learn these words. Think about the people who, because you know what, life gets busier and busier. If you're not married, take advantage of this course, because once you get married, time goes less. If you are married, you don't have children, take advantage of this course, because once you have children, time gets less. And if you've got all of that, take advantage, because one day you won't have any time when death comes. So everybody's got some reason to keep them motivated to use their time wisely. That's why I said, give this course your heart and your brain and your soul for 10 weeks, for the 13 weeks. Sit down and just learn it. There's people who will just leave their books open there. That's what I do sometimes. I leave my book open on the page I need to learn, and I'll leave it open on don't close it, because extra energy to open it and then find it. You say, oh, I can't be bothered, I'll do it afterwards. No. Leave it open on the page and leave it there. And when you're sitting down, you're eating, look at it and go over it. You might be in the kitchen and you might say, well, I'm doing washing up, I'm standing here for 20 minutes. Why don't I just stand it up there and do it? You might be doing something else. You might be, driving to work, and you might need to just record your voice over and over again, play that, do whatever, But take advantage of this time, because once the course is finished, it's gone. And then it's whatever you took with you. Opening the book after the course is much harder than opening it while you're doing the course. Okay. So 3 minutes left, about. So this is the homework. How can you tell if the word is marfu? How can you tell if it's mansoob? How can you tell if it's majroor? The answers are all in what we just covered today in the slides. Write 3 words in Arabic for each of the above categories with their meanings. So 3 words you want to write for 3 marfu words with the meanings, 3 mansoob word with the meaning, 3 majroor words with the meaning. If you want to be clever and you want to be, cheeky or clever, however, you could even write masjidun and the meaning, masjidan and the meaning, masjidin and the meaning. I don't advise you to do that, but if you did that, the meaning is going to be the same. If I go to see the imamun, the imam, imamin means the same thing, imam man means the same thing. The ending, the case, doesn't change the meaning of the word. Okay, the case does not change the meaning of the word. Number 3, how do you know a word is definite or indefinite? Well, we've done that. Make 3 indefinite words from the vocabulary list definite. When you do that, remember the ending needs to change as well. Okay, for the following examples, write 3 ways in which the adjective agrees with the noun. So we've covered that in that colourful slide. And learn all the words in the vocabulary list. And that's all I've got for today. Any last questions before we've got 2-3 minutes left? Anybody want to ask anything?
Yeah, I've got one question.
Okay.
It's to do with the previous slide.
Yeah.
You know the Quranic verse, they fear the punishment.
Yeah.
The word punishment, is it al-alim?
No, al-adhab.
Sorry, not
Al-adhab.
punishment, painful. I meant painful.
Yeah, al-alim. Yeah, al-alim is painful.
Okay, exactly.
As I said, if you can learn all these words that we've done in the verses, it's not a requirement, but if you can do that, then come Ramadan, inshallah, if the masjids are open, then you're going to start, there's going to be a light turned on, because you're going to be able to understand. You're going to pick up the hadhas, you're going to pick up the hadithis, and I'm hoping by the end of the course, you're going to pick up more than just, those. You pick up many more words, inshallah. Can you explain question 5 in a bit more detail, please? So question 5 is, for the following examples, write the 3 ways in which the adjective agrees with the noun. So we can see here, okay, I'll sort of help you out with the first one. Qur'anun, they're both marfu. This is marfu, this is marfu. This one is indefinite, this one is indefinite. This one is masculine, this one is masculine. Yeah, you hear the recording, you can apply that same thing pretty much on the others. I hope that made sense. Just one thing I think I had left. I forgot what I had left. Because the recording broke up, I'll see how it is. I might need to edit it, and it might take a bit longer. It might take tomorrow or the day after to get the recording up. So yeah, sorry about that. Jazakumullahu khairan. So remember, learn your words and the test. I'm just going to give you a quick, one of those crazy sort of teachers that's going to tell you what you need to learn for the test. So you need to learn the cases. That's the main thing. You need to be able to look at a word and tell what case it is. You need to be able to look at the double ending and look at the al. If there's a al, there should be no double ending. So I might give you some words. I think I've given you some words that have mistakes in there. I want you to be able to work out the mistakes. And mainly it's just learning, being able to identify a word being marfu, mansoob, majroor, and the fact that the meaning doesn't change if the case changes. The meaning doesn't change. Okay, so I've spoiled all the tests for you as well now. So yeah, so we'll leave it there then. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.